Hey everyone, and welcome back to WorldPainter. Today we are going to be doing our next few steps in this here map we got going. As you can see here, this is right after we added those flow maps in. I haven't touched it since then, but basically we have those flow maps that we did in the previous videos. If you guys haven't seen those, go check those out. They teach you pretty much how to do all these really high detail level flow maps, and we talk about what textures we're using on there. So in today's video, we're going to be importing the mountains. We're going to be using a slope map from World Machine that we exported. We're going to take that into into Photoshop, increase the contrast in there the same way we did with the flow maps to get that cool annotation importing into WorldPainter, and then we'll be taking it from there and texturing the different annotations. So to begin with that, I just want to start here, but we're going to be jumping over into World Machine now. So we're here in World Machine. You guys remember this map. This is the same one we're working with right there and basically recreating it. As you can see, all these different slopes here and everything, we're going to be working with those a bit to create that. So we're going to go into the device view here. Basically what we do on this guy, I think I have this inverted actually. Yeah, so this slope is the one we'll be using later, but basically bring that all the way up here. And we bring that up to everything above. We're going to go here with 44 degrees and up. As you can see here, this gives us all the kind of slopes of the mountains and the steep areas of the map. That's what we're going to be using to taking over into World Machine. I've already exported this, but pretty much all you do is you go to height map here and you go through the usual export as a PNG, write output to disk, and then you want to name it. This is the high slope map for the mountains. But with that, we'll be jumping over into Photoshop now, where we have the map and where we have this height map already in there. So here we are in Photoshop. I haven't done anything with this map besides just importing into here. As you can see, we have a lot of high detail things in here. Pretty much what we're going to be doing is we're going to be going up to image. We're going to be going to adjustments. We're going to brightness and contrast. Here again, we want to be bringing that contrast up to roughly about 50. And you can see if we toggle the preview here, you see a lot more definition in those mountains. And we want to be bringing that brightness, sorry, we're going to bring that down here a little bit too, probably to like 30. I'm bringing this guy up here quite. If we go all the way up to 100, you can see there's a big difference in there between the different levels of contrast. So we're going to bring that down to about, let's go with like 66. So pretty much what we do here is we then do this. We save this as its own PNG file by going to export as PNG, and then you save it in here as its own. We already have a high contrast one, so I'm not going to be saving it. But so we're going to be doing that, and then we're going to be jumping back over into WorldPainter now, so I'll meet you guys in there. So here we are back in WorldPainter, and again on this we're going to be going up here to edit and import mask as terrain or layer, I believe. We're going to be going into here, we're going to be grabbing that high slope, where is that? High slope, or the slope map high contrast. We're going to be bringing that in as annotations. We're going to be removing existing layers of annotations to make sure it's fully accurate. And we're just going to be doing a 1-to-1, and then you click import. As you can see here, it does all these crazy annotations or masking of everything. And what we want to do here to preserve those flow maps that we did before, you want to go into global operations, you want to do remove a layer, and you do only on terrain type. And we're going to go in here into custom, and we're going to do the flow map white. You can hit OK. That removes that and brings all those out here. We're going to do that again. We're going to go on global, remove a layer, annotations, only on terrain, custom, flow map, gray. And then you can see all these colors starting to come through here really big, and we can preserve all that detail that we already did there. And then with that, pretty much all we do is we mask all these different layers. As you can see in here, there's a white texture right here. There's a light gray texture right here. Then you can see the cyan right in there, and then there's a brown. Those are the 4 textures or the 4 different layers and slopes that we use for our annotations. And pretty much what you can do is you can go through and delete this black annotation if you wanted to. But for now, we're going to go ahead and start importing the terrains onto here. I already went ahead and made them, so let's take a look through what all of those are. So here we have the white, which is going to be going over the white annotation. And in here, it's regular stone, some diorite, which is the stone 3. And then in here, we have 2 different white stones. This one, I believe, is, let me see, which one is this? I believe this is the marble texture. And then this one down here is that dirty marble, just to give it a little bit of contrast in there, but not a whole lot. As you can see, it's down to just 5%. or 0.5%, sorry. 0.5 out of the, or 5 out of the 1,000, so 0.5%. And it's only in, this is all blobs, and the blob of it is a size of 1, so it's actually very, very unlikely that that'll even be in there, but it provides us just a slight bit of contrast. So moving on to our next type of stone, we have the light gray stone in here. This says stone, diorite, those marbles again, and then there's another type of white stone in this one, but it's a bit darker. So we're really trying to slowly, as that slope turns down, we're trying to have a less bleach look to the different mountains, so it just kind of adds that little bit of variation to it. So looking at this right here, we have just the stone. It's basically all we had before, and then we're adding in the hardened clay to give that a little bit more darker brown texture. And again, these are in blobs. You can see all the different sizings over here. And then over here in this last one, the brown stone, this is mostly hardened clay and regular stone, and just a little bit of marble and whatnot in there, just kind of to keep it consistent throughout all of the terrain. With that though, I will be linking all of these into the description below, so you guys can go and check that all out for yourself. So I will give you guys all these if you want to try them out yourself. Otherwise, you can kind of copy them from here and pause the screen and grab them. That being said, what we're going to use now is we're going to go up to usual, like we're going to global operations, so it's all even across everywhere. We're going to go fill with terrain type. And this time we are going to be grabbing the white stone, and we're going to do only on annotations white. And you just hit OK. And then you can do global again, fill with terrain type, and you just kind of keep walking through this the same way. Light gray, and we do only on annotations light gray. And then you go for it right there. You do global, fill with terrain type, and then we grab our cyan, and we do only on annotations cyan. And then we go again one last time, and we do this time we're doing it with that brown. And the brown stone, do only on annotations brown. You can hit OK there. And then here we can go with global, remove a layer, annotations, and we should see all this in here. As you can see, it got that really, really high detail look to everywhere. All that work with, we didn't do a single thing in here pretty much. This was all done through just that height map that we exported into here through from WorldPainter, get the slopes, bring it into here. You can do this another way, by the way, guys. If you don't have World Machine, you can go up into here and you can do export as height map, and then you can actually get this image all to yourself. So you're making this map through WorldPainter. You can actually do it that way too to get that super high realistic terrain. I've realized that after working with it. So we might do this again with a full WorldPainter tutorial using Photoshop or GIMP even, because that's a free program. So then you guys who don't have Photoshop can download that and we can work through it all together. But that'll be it for today's video, guys. Actually, no, that's not it for today's video. We're going to be jumping into game now so we can show this to you guys. So I'm going to export this, get this up into Minecraft, and then we can take a look at what we have so far. So I will see you guys in there. All right, guys. Well, here we are in the world now that we got everything textured and kind of loading in here. I just did a small few chunks so we can get just some things so you can see how it's working out and kind of all the detail we got in it here. It's kind of, the light's kind of giving us some weird glitches. But maybe on some of these things we actually go back in and remove that grassy bit. But I think that's something that I'll probably just do off cam to fix that, but I didn't think about that with the grass bits that are coming down, so we do want to remove those. As you guys can see here, we have the different levels of textures. Where's a good spot to go check out? I think over here is going to be a good one, so you can kind of see that good progression going from like the hardened clay base texture into the stony one to more of the marble, and it's working its way up into the bleached diorite look that we want. On most of it, the marble in here is still pretty noisy, but all in all, like these mountains they're really nice. They're very smooth. I really like them. I think they came along really, really well. But with that, guys, that's going to do it for today's video. I just wanted to give you guys a quick look about what we're getting in game here. So as always, please like and subscribe if you are new. It really does mean a lot to me with all those new subs coming in. It's really cool seeing this channel grow quite a bit here. And let me know in the comments below what you guys thought, if you guys are finding these series useful. We got quite a few left on doing with trees and all that different type of stuff, so we have a lot of stuff coming for you guys here in the near future as far as WorldPainter map creation and all that cool stuff. Beyond that, guys, I hope you all have a great day, and I will see you in the next video.